Okay. So I'm recording now. All right. So I've been doing some research on just kind of getting your coaches started right, because I know you guys too are in the process of signing coaches, doing recruiting, and growing our teams. So this is something that's going to be really important that we get everybody started off on the right foot. And I know you guys particularly that are on this call right now have kind of got started on the team not long after I did. So I did a lot of scrambling to kind of get you guys the information that I was given, but I still don't really have an organized system right now. So that's kind of what I'm in the process of doing. And as far as you guys are concerned, that is something too that you can also be doing in the meantime. Hi, Cynthia, and I see your face. So that's something I'm working on to also help you guys, because I want to be able to give it to you guys to give to your coaches. So I want to make sure that we all kind of have a nice system in place that everybody has what they need in order to get started right. A trend, though, of things that I have been seeing, and Cynthia and I were talking about this just a little bit last night, and I'm obviously not going to go to this extreme, but I do hear a lot of coaches who basically let the ball in the people's court, if that makes sense. Like, I was just listening to a call with Melanie Mitro, and she was saying about how she basically sends her welcome email that gives this, this, and this. You watch this video, you start off with this, and then that's it. And she said, if they get back to me, they do. She said, I'll follow up one time to make sure that they read it. If they never answered me back and said they wanted to be a discount coach or full-time or part-time or whatever, she said, if they never answer me, then I'll get back to them one time, and that's it. And she said, if they never answer, I just let it go. I treat them as a discount coach or a challenger, and I still support them in the challenge group, but that's it. I don't follow, I don't chase people down. I just focus on recruiting and finding those people that are really going at it. And that makes sense, because you're going to find out who your rock stars are, I guess, if you want to put it that way. The people that want it the way that you do. That, I guess, that's like the huge theme that I'm seeing with like right now I'm in a diamond and above group, and they talk a lot about that. They're just really big on recruiting and putting it out there every day on social media, how this is changing your life, and not just like the fitness aspect of it, but the business aspect of it, and how that can change other people's lives, and putting that out there so you can do the recruiting and find those people that are looking for that in their lives. So I don't have anything specific as of right now, but that is something I'm kind of researching and trying to get it organized so I can share that with you guys. And also some of the really new coaches doing some updating on the scripts and stuff like that in the files. So that's kind of been my order of business the past few weeks. So I don't really have anything particular. I didn't really set anything for this call. Just kind of wanted to see where you guys were, and I kind of was hoping that maybe some of the newer coaches jumped on, but I know it's hard to get on, especially at 8:30 at night when you have kids. So
that's good, Daniel. I just unmuted myself.
Oh, I didn't
hear him. Did you hear him burp?
No.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh my gosh. Anyhow, no, I like that idea, and if there's any way, I don't know, I have been trying to come up with I know we jumped on board with you right after, so you were fresh, and then I have people that are fresh, I'm pretty fresh, so I have coaches, kind of like how when we signed up with you. I was trying to get make a list of when someone signs on and they're interested in coaching, this is what I need to do, bam, 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 when they're actually interested and not desiring it because I want it for them. Right. I feel like right now I want it more for them than they want it for themselves.
Right.
But I don't know if that call or the thing you saw from Melanie Mitro, if you could share that with us, I would love to see that.
Yeah, definitely. And that's something too that she talks about is taking yourself out of the equation, because you want to get this challenger signed on. You want them to work as a coach because you want to go diamond, et cetera, et cetera. So we have to
but I get excited as soon as they say yes, because I'm like, oh, and the end result ends up me benefiting it. But I get excited when they say that they want to get their shakes paid off, because I love that. Like, I love my shakes being paid for right now. Well, so it's like I get excited for them because I want them to continue being able to take the shake. Because why else would you, if it's already paid for, why would you quit?
Right.
If you love it. If you love the product and it's already paid for, then why would you quit?
Yeah.
And so when they say they want to do it, I'm like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's go. What are your goals? Like, give me some information here. How can I help you? And then I'm like, not getting anything. I'm like, come on. You want your shakes paid for. Let me help you.
She said that she does she'll send the welcome email and she'll have them. She has a video on hers, just kind of like a getting started right video, which I'd like to see what she says in that. But I know that her welcome email is very similar to ours because it's the same one that Deidre gave me. So, but what was I going to say? She sends that and gives them about a week, and then she follows up, and then she does a one-on-one call on the phone, and she basically just sits back and listens. So she said, I'll jot down all the notes that I need to, which, she takes down all sorts of things that they say. She just kind of lets it open to them. She's like, all right, what do you want out of this? What can I do for you? What questions do you have? And she goes from there. And that is kind of, I feel like in the groups that I'm in, like the Diamond and Above and stuff like that, they say about doing one-on-one calls with your coaches once a week. But I do feel like some of you guys that are on the calls, I talk to you guys off and on a lot of with Messenger and stuff like that. So if we're not having those one-on-one calls on the phone, I'm totally fine with that, but I want everyone to know that I am available if you need that, or if you prefer that over Messenger, that kind of thing. So I love the fact that that goal sheet, I think, really helped, and that was really easy to create, the Google document thing that I did. And so with that kind of thing, you are able to see who is willing to do something, who is really into it, because, they fill that kind of thing out. So that makes sense. That's it. I feel kind of like,
Can I? Yeah. Okay. I'm off mute. I post for challenges, but I have never posted for coaching. No! Because I just don't feel like I'm at a level that I could be at or should be at, I guess I'm saying. So I don't know what to put on there. I know what Beachbody has done for me physically. And stop it. Mommy does not want to take the computer to staple together. Hi. I have earned some money from it, but it's nothing breaking the bank or whatever, that I can go out and buy a new car with it, And I just don't know what to say in those.
No, I know what you mean, because I've even said the same thing. And honestly, that was part of the reason that I did one of my jabs today. I do a lot of the jab hook thing, which I haven't even read that book, but there's a personal development book on it, jab hook or whatever it is. But I do a lot of that, today, because in the group I said, I feel like nobody cares. Nobody cares if I make $100 a week. You know what I mean? And they're like, oh, well, it's not all about the money, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know if you guys saw my post today or not, but I was writing yeah, it's not all about the money, and we want to do this to help other people, but I'm going to ask you if you if you didn't make any money from your job, would you still go to it? You know what I mean? People work because they have to make a living. It's not that people need money. They need money for something. They need to pay their bills. And most people do. Most people live paycheck to paycheck. So they were kind of saying, like, even if you say that, you know, I made a little extra money to pay for this or that, like I made a little extra money to help pay for groceries, or the fact that I can pay for the shakes, which are full of nutrients and that kind of thing. So even if you can say a little bit about that, and again, it doesn't have to be about the money. You can post something about, like, now you were kind of stay-at-home mom-ish at that point, like, recently anyway, right? But you were doing hair off and on, right? And you were doing Silpada and stuff like that. So I mean, you can talk about how, like, you're able to be at home. And I mean, we don't have to make people think that we're making $1,000 a week to be at home with our kids, but, you know, spin it on that, like, you are able to be with them. And I've seen you do that. You've done posts that were jab type things, and you're saying about how you're with them and that kind of thing. So you are putting that out there. You maybe haven't put a post saying, like, I'm looking for 5 new women, but maybe now's the time, because you've thrown out those jabs. Maybe it is time to put that hook. And you could just say something like that. February 1st, you're doing your new Coach Basics, your I like the way they put it sometimes, the Coach Apprenticeship. Hang on, she's gonna get in the dog water. So you can do a post saying that. Just say which Sunday, Monday, Wednesday nights are the best time to be doing that, which I was hoping on making one before the call, and that didn't happen. But
you said Sunday, Monday, Wednesday?
Yeah. They're, for some reason, the hottest nights on social media.
Is that, you think that would be good nights to do the challenge, like challenge group invites too, like the big post for that too?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah.
to do your posts in general?
Yeah. Which I am going to start really focusing on the coaching opportunity invites versus the challenge group ones. And I threw one out on, like, Friday or Saturday night, because I was like, oh, whatever. Like, sometimes they're like, nobody's on Facebook Friday and Saturday night, but I'm like, people are, and I don't, they just are. Maybe my crowd is, it's like old people that don't go out anymore. I don't know. But I know, and a lot of people lay in bed and scroll on their phone before they fall asleep. So even if I posted it at 9:30 at night on a Friday, they might be in bed at 11:30, 12 o'clock, and they see it. And, you know, it might be that right time, because I think about it my way. That's how, you know, Deidre's was a sponsored ad, but I was on Facebook at the right time. It came up, and there it is. And same thing with you. Well, kind of with you. I mean, I guess I talked to Daniel, but Christina, maybe that's a good example. It popped up in her news feed, and she was like, hey, and she saw one of my opportunity posts and came to me. So that kind of thing, it just be the right person at the right time. So it's a matter of getting it out there. And, like, I don't know if it was Bonnie Engel that said it. I want to say it was. I don't know if you guys listened to the National Wake Up Call from last week, but her success is, like, amazing. She is number 5, I think, and she's only been in the business 2 years. Like, it's insane. What did she say? She posts about coaching once a day. Like, it's not every day that she says, hey, I'm looking for 3 women to join my team, blah, 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 but she does the jab every day. And it has worked. So
you're a good example, Kayla, of talking about the business to anybody. Like, just anybody, any way you can, everywhere. Because that's how you got me, is because you were talking about it with my husband. You just found a way to, like, I don't even know how you guys even started talking about it. You guys must have been talking about how I wanted to be at home or whatever. I wasn't liking my job or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then you threw it out there, and then he came home at, I don't know if it was the same day or later that week, and he said, hey, this girl at work, and just started talking to me about it. I'm like, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, and I had just gotten started too, because I was still at the hospital, and I was only at the hospital for 1 month while I was coaching. Because I signed August 1st, and my last day was like August 30th. And
yeah.
I went into work and I just started telling everybody about it. And sometimes that makes me want to go get a part-time job at Meredith just so I can meet more people. I'm like,
yeah,
maybe I should go work like 1 day a week, which, I mean, is my husband listening to me and telling me to do that? He might be talking to the dogs, I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm like, my brain is not focusing on a path right now. Might be too many things going on in my house. What was I saying? Oh, I was saying, like, I picked up a few shifts at the restaurant, and I was like, hey, I'm going to share it with everybody. And I wasn't, I tried not to be like salesy or anything like that, but I talked to other people about what I was doing. So, I don't know, reached out and made new Facebook friends too. So it's kind of that thing. Yeah, share it with everybody. Right. There's a couple days left in the month. And I know I was looking at Success Club points and stuff like that. And I know, I know it's like, I know you're pushing, Cynthia. I know you are.
You want to know what's killing me right now? This one girl wants to know so badly about the Shakeology. Can you tell me about Shakeology? I'm like, yes, sure. And like we were messaging back and forth. And every time she messages me, I swear I'm on it. Like within 10 minutes, I'm messaging her back, and then it'll be days. So since like the beginning or whenever since they announced Cafe Latte, when they put it out, I have been trying to get a hold of her like that. So she messaged me today. Like I gave her my phone number. I was like, I am available all day today. Like I gave her my phone number the other day, whenever it was. Gave her my phone number. She gave me hers. And as soon as she gave me hers, I gave her a call at normal hours. And she never answered. Then I called her again a couple hours later, never answered. I texted her, and I'm sorry if that's not even a word, I don't even know, but it is a word in my world. I texted her, and she messaged me today, or texted me today, this morning, right before 9 o'clock, and I was still upstairs in bed, wasn't really decent enough to be walking around the house, and I was still nursing the baby. And she wanted to know when would be a good time today to talk. So I said, just give me until 9 o'clock, which was only like 15 minutes. So I could do my pose picture and do our measurements so I wouldn't eat and then have that weight extra, just every little bit counts. So anyways, so I was available since 9. She has not even reached out to me at all since. I'm like, are you serious? Like, you're killing me. Like, these people are like killing me right now. Like, I don't even know what's going on. Like, I had someone that went to Hawaii. He was like, as soon as I get back, I'm ready to go. I'm like, all right, let's go. I don't want to say his name because one day he'll join and he's going to listen to past recordings and I don't want to, but anyhow. So that was killing me. I had this girl, like I was telling you, Kayla, that I reached out to her twice. She's gone through the whole sign up twice. I mean, I know she did. She didn't just tell me because she was telling me stuff that you wouldn't know unless you were actually going through the sign up. Like, she must have actually read, like, I signed on the dotted line. I just trust that whatever I'm, signing that it's good to go. Like all that nitty gritty stuff. I don't need to read all that, whatever. She actually read it and she was asking me questions about it. And I'm like, oh, well, she definitely is signing up. Like she's not just BSing this and telling me that. And then she never actually completed it. I'm like, really? Like, what's going on? And same thing happened to another girl that I was telling you about. I'm like, what is going on, people? You're so close.
Is it the, like, HD that's scaring them or something?
Well, the one was the fee, and that was all her problem, and I told you about that. And I told her if she wanted to, she could cancel. Like, she's like, well, what's this fee? And I'm like, well, remember I was talking about how, like, your Shakeology is going to end up being, like, $115 a month or something like that.
$15 fee that she was questioning?
Well, yeah, she was asking me about that, and I said, remember that, and then I said, your Shakeology, I said, this is exactly what it's going to come out to be. Your Shakeology is going to be this much. This is how much the other fee is, and so it's a total of this. This is what I was telling you. She's like, oh, okay. Well, then what is this other fee? Like a few minutes later, the last time I talked to her, she was like, well, what's this? And I'm like, oh, that's the quarterly fee, and that's when I was messaging you about, that's why that came up when I was messaging you and asking you about what the quarterly fee includes and all that stuff.
Yeah,
And
make sure that she knows that's only if she plans on doing the on-demand live workout.
yeah, I told her, and then nothing. And then I followed up with her on Saturday, I think. And I said, hey, I forget. I know that you were interested. You know, I'm offering to pay for the 21-day fix. Like, shoot them, just send them. They sign up. I see it pop up. I'm ready to send a $10 check over. Like, here.
Yeah.
You know, I'm offering to pay. Like, all you have to do is pay for your Shakeology. Like, come on, let's go. Like, I don't understand. And I'm like, I'm offering to pay. I offered it up to anybody that wants to sign up with 21-day fix. I've offered it up. I'll pay the $10 because I figure that's worth it for me if they're going to sign up. And nobody's signing. I'm like, really? How is that even possible?
The only thing that I can think of with your conversations is maybe it is, and I kind of mentioned this, but I was saying, like, maybe I don't want to offend you or anything.
No, go ahead.
The only thing that I can think of is if they are feeling like you're too eager. That's the only thing that I can think of with that. But even so, like you said, that girl got back to you this morning. So I don't know if, now did you reach out to her since then?
She shot me a message. And then I sent her a message back. I can't even check it because it's on my phone, and I think that'll make me disappear. But I sent her a message back at like 9:15, and then she never messaged me back. And I've had my phone on ring all. Like, Daniel even noticed that my phone was dead, and he went and plugged it in because he's like, if that girl's going to call her back, her phone needs to not be dead. So he went and charged my phone, and that's the only reason why I'm able to be on here on the phone with you guys. But I'm just like, I don't understand. And a lot of the people that I've reached out to at work, at the casino, they're doing like Biggest Loser right now. A lot of them have signed up for that, which shocks me because some of them I am shocked that they even joined the Biggest Loser because I'm like, doesn't it go by weight? And you weigh like nothing as it is. But okay. Like you said, invite everybody. So that's the reason why I was inviting them. Just invite everybody. Yeah. And they're telling me that they're not going to do it because they're already doing Biggest Loser at work. I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'll. So I asked the one girl, and I'm waiting for her to get back to me. I asked a couple of them, actually, when does the Biggest Loser end? And I'm just going to maybe touch base. Hey, how are you guys doing?
Yeah.
How is the Biggest Loser?
Yeah, and because they might be the kind of people that realize after that's over that they need more accountability. So
yeah.
That might be, they'll come back around after a while.
Yeah, I hope. In the meantime.
Yeah, I know. I know I listened to something before where they said to kind of treat the people like it doesn't really matter to you if they sign up or not. So not obviously like sounding like a jerk or anything, but
like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'll
like
talk with you some other time.
Yeah. Like when I talk to people, I try to make it very like, all right, sounds good. Whatever. Bye. Like, I'm just kind of like,
I can't help it. I just get excited for them. I get excited for them, I think, more than I do for myself.
Well, and maybe they're taking that you're excited for you.
I need to calm down.
Yes, it is. You just need to calm down. Because
calm down.
If you're texting or on Messenger to like kind of read what, you know what I mean? Like reading your excitement, they might take it the wrong way.
Yeah, true.
I mean, do you say like, oh, I'm excited for you?
I think I do.
Okay. I don't know.
I'll have to maybe reread it. I don't know. Maybe my messaging sounds crazy because I'm usually nursing a baby or doing this number one. Messaging.
Sometimes I look back at my stuff and I'm like, wow, I was not paying attention to that conversation at all.
Yeah.
I know. And I've talked to Deidre about yours too, because I'm like, she is doing this and this and this, and Deidre's like, yeah, I know. Like, she seems like she's putting it all out there and inviting, and so.
I think I've sucked on this last week or two on my posts on Facebook because I've been trying to like message people back, like, and I'm like, oh, I need to really break it up because when I do I invited like 20 people, and then they all got back to me, and I'm like, I don't want to like leave anybody out. And Facebook sucks, by the way, as far as when you message people, because if you don't get to it, it ends up like going all the way down at the bottom. So I have to scroll back, and if I don't keep them like current, I end up losing some people. So I have to scroll all the way back in my messages, but I ended up spending like 2 days trying to message everybody back after I did the 20 invites. I was like, oh my gosh.
Well, do you use a tracker? Do you write everybody down?
Yeah. I've been writing them down.
Do that. My meeting's gonna end in 10 minutes. I lost my calendar, which I'm really mad about because that was my first thing that I used when I first started. And so I hadn't been using it for a little while, and then I realized that it's completely missing. But I do have people on there that I wanted to follow up with like 3-6 months later, and it's starting to be that time, and I have no idea where it is. And I'm like, crap, because that was my tracker in August, September, and October. So right. I'm really like bummed out about it because I'm like, I need to find where that is. So yeah, tracking is super important, keeping track of everybody. And I know sometimes I fall off with that because I'll do a lot of conversations on my phone, like if I'm nursing sleep or something like that. But I try to the next morning get on, sit down, go through and write down the names of everybody I talked to that day, see if I missed any the day before, whatever, and write down everybody, even, people at work or wherever you are, church. Or
all them.
Awesome.
There's 3 of them. That's 75 people.
What'd you say?
I talked to 75 people this month.
That's awesome.
Or invited 75 people this month. And nobody. My go for no number is really high.
Maybe there'll be like for February or March.
Yeah.
Is there anyone to follow up from like November or anything?
Yeah, I actually got to go back and check on here and follow up with people that said, next month. Like, I had the go for no thing, but I liked it because you could see how many you were doing, but I couldn't write any information down, so I made my own.
I know, I don't use that either. Yeah, I like to have space so I can take notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever heard, like, the juices in the follow-up, so definitely do your follow-ups from months prior.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do now. Right now, I'm over the invites right now for the rest of the month until I go through my follow-ups.
And everyone you talk to, just believe in yourself. Believe in the fact that they are going to sign. Just have that in your head. And really believe it in your head. And
I just keep trying to tell myself it's not their time yet. It's not yet. I don't even write down no on my paper unless they're actual no's. I put not now.
Go into the conversation being like, this is the one. This is the one.
Yeah.
And then the next one, this is the one.
Yeah.
And just stick with it. Keep consistent with your posting. I know I was saying that last night.
I'm not going to give up because they say you always give up before that big blessing comes. So yeah. I am not going to do it. The same thing happened. And I'm so fresh in my mind because Lillian is so little. I just gave birth to her not that long ago, and right before she came, I wanted to give up, and then there she was. And I'm like, it happens. They say it happens. You want to give up right before the blessing happens. So exactly. I'm like, I'm not giving up. It's not. Somebody's trying to break me right now. It's not going to happen.
That's right.
Yeah, with all the people.
We're all going to be Melanie Metros one day. I'm just saying.
That's right. What'd you say, Amanda?
I said, with all the people that you're talking to, sweetie, I mean, you're constantly filling that pipe. You're filling it and filling it and filling it and filling it, and they're gonna start coming out. They'll.
That's like the water thing. The pump. What is it?
You keep plugging it at that tube.
Compound effect.
People in there, and and they're gonna start coming out the other end, with you're gonna start, it's gonna happen. It's bound to. I mean, there's nothing. Where else are people gonna go? I mean, you're talking to so many people. You're putting yourself. They're gonna come back to you. So just stay.
We're gonna get this, Amanda. Me, you, Kayla, Christina, all the people that are listening. We got it.
Well, no, they were not. Oh, now it's recording. Okay. When did you hit record?
Oh, it's been recording for a while.
Oh.
Yeah, in the beginning.
Oh. I didn't even take notice.
Sorry. Yeah, I caught you on record. You're just watching TV. No, I'm just kidding.
I think I wasn't picking my nose.
That's a good thing. Well, I'm going to call it a night and put this one to sleep since she was almost asleep in my arms, but then she's like spitting at the phone or at the computer.
All right. Well, thanks.
Say night-night.
Yes. And yeah, you guys can of course message me anytime.
Hi, baby.
Hi. Oh, Emma Jean.
Here, look, there's the baby.
Ah, Emma Jean.
Hi. No. Bye.
Daniel's like,
Bye,
go
baby.
make her wait. Wait, hang on. Let me get a picture. Emma Jean.
Oh, she's so cute.
She's
All right, guys, have a good night.
Thanks, you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.